Hey guys, it's Niklas here from upgradeToLife.com and welcome to this video which is called an alternative, really powerful way to know that it is done, to know that your desired state is already achieved, that you are already who you want to be, that you have already what you want to have. And this is always the goal with manifesting, right? This is always the goal with Neville's teachings, is that we internally realign ourselves, a radical internal realignment into the state of the wish fulfilled, into being who we want to be, having what we want to have, because then the mirror of life, right, which can only reflect what we have alive within us, can show us new results, can mold and shape and reshuffle and give us new circumstances, but that won't happen if we are still internally assuming same things and are identified with the same things. So we need to internally go to the end state where it is natural for us, certain for us, where we know that we are now having this in our life, and then we get new life circumstances. And as you know, there are many ways that we can do that. So we can imagine scenes, we can hear congratulations, we can use I remember when, we can say just thank you, use gratitude. There are more techniques out there. We can eavesdrop and hear two people inwardly speak about our success. All of those things, and there are more techniques out there, right? They imply that we achieved something. They imply that we are it now, that we have it now. And in this video, I want to share with you another way that you can utilize if you feel that applying techniques, utilizing those principles comes with some resistance for you. There's one way that you can try, which helped me tremendously, which really showed me like really quick manifestations in my life that is not really known. So I want to bring it to light right now. And when I learned this, I was like, wow, like that's so powerful that first when you hear it, you maybe think, I can't do it. But actually, I really challenge you to try it. My impulse for you is that you try out what you're going to learn in this video. So let us just dive right in. Now, like I already explained, when imagining, right, when you want something and you create a scene that you now have this, and you imagine that you now are this person, and you kind of go a little bit into the future, some people have this subtle feeling of, okay, but it is still not here yet. Right? So they imagine the car, the partner, their person, their relationship, the money, the business success, the health, the new friendships, the confidence, the better skin, the new body appearance, whatever it is, and they start to imagine it, but then they still see, okay, but it is not there yet, They get still triggered again, they fall out of their end state again, and of course that's, when that happens, you should go back into the end state, but for some people, then they start to waver, they become double-minded, and it is hard for them to really nurture that end state. Because again, it still seems like something that is in the future and that maybe comes very soon. And now the solution for you can be very straight to the point, extremely potent, extremely powerful, is that you place what you desire and think, okay, yeah, that will happen in the future in my external circumstances, that you place that in the past, right? As though it already happened. This is so powerful. So let's just say that you want that car, right? So instead of you imagining it and then you think, oh yeah, soon it will happen. Oh, okay, but when will it happen? When will I maybe purchase it? When will I show my friends that I have it? No, what if 2 weeks ago, 2 months ago, yesterday, you already had that car? This is already standing in your parking lot. This is already what you drove to work with, or what you drove to your friend's house with. What would that be? So maybe you have this memory that 2 weeks ago, you visited your best friend with your actual car. So you have that one memory, that one, in a sense, parallel reality that you think you experienced, but you can change and shift into another, possible past, which does also exist, like just an alternative past that you also have, because it's not just that you have one past, you have several pasts. You think from a chronological point of view that, okay, this happened to me yesterday, now this is right now happening to me, and tomorrow this and that will happen. But there several different outcomes. Remember, you're always dwelling and you're always shifting through infinite possibilities. Now, don't stay connected to that one past that you think you experienced, right? You can simply imagine back into the past, but connect to another past where you actually had something completely else in your life, and now use that so to insert that you already achieved your desire in the past. And you can even connect that to a memory that feels really stable. Like, let's just say, okay, you visited that friend, and you visited him and you had a good time, but instead of you drove to your friend with your current car, you actually drove to your friend with now the new car. And you really reimagine what it would have been like if that car was already there and you drove with that card to your friend. I really want this to make sense. This is super powerful. And you can use this for any other life area too. So there was that fight that you had. Okay, but what if you actually always had a good relationship with that person? Or you desire that money, that business success. Okay, but what if you had all the business success last year already that you hope to get at some point from the future? And what if that already happened? So place what you desire, that what you wish and wait for in the future, as though it already happened in the past ago. This can be 2 weeks ago, 1 week ago, 1 month ago, 1 year ago. Play with that and see how that changes your internal world. So basically you connect it to an event in your past to make it easier to believe, like I just said, right? Something that you also did, but then you slightly change it, so you slightly tweak that memory in that past until that new thing actually becomes your new memory. And I know from someone that is, not into manifesting, from someone that has never played with that before, it sounds super woo-woo, super weird even maybe. But the more you try with it, even if you don't believe it, the more you play with it, just as a playful exercise maybe, if you can't believe that it will have an effect on your life, that will bring manifestations into your life, see what it does to you. See how you feel then. If you already achieved your desire in the past, it already happened. Now, what would you feel like right now? Imagine that it already happened. And this can help to bypass resistance and the sense of lack and separation, and it is not here yet because there can be no more lack, there can be no more separation and hope and waiting and missing and seeking, because you know and you imagine and you feel like that it already happened a couple of weeks and months ago. So how would you feel if your wish had already manifested X days, weeks, months, years ago? How would that feel to you right now? So let's say you want that partner. And let's just say that this partner, now you still place it in the future, imagine that it happens soon, you still keep it at a distance. But now, what if the partner has been with you for the last 3 months? How would that feel? Imagine that you have been already with this outcome since a very long time. Boom, that's an instant shift in the state of the wish fulfilled. That's an instant, really subtle internal shift into having it, into being it. Or what would you have done yesterday in the version you would like to be? So maybe yesterday you went to the grocery store and then you visited your parents and then you went home. But now let's just say you desire 2 things, maybe a new apartment, maybe a new car. How would your yesterday have looked like if you have already those 2 things in place? So maybe you would have, you can start to imagine that you actually closed the door from your dream apartment, and then in your desired car you drove to your parents, that actually this happened. And the more you replay that, the more you reimagine that new past and make that alive, the more you actually connect to that. Remember, they're parallel paths, parallel states. It's not just that one specific past is tied to you. You think it does because you keep it alive, right? The past, same as the future, they're imaginative constructs, and if you keep being identified with a past, that is of course going to replay and play out in what you stay identified with. Now if you change that by going back and actually selecting another version of the past, which is as equally real, it just feels a little bit unnatural in the beginning, but the more you reimagine that, then that becomes your past experience and the other one actually fades away. This is super, super, super powerful. Honestly, please try this. Like I did this, and 2 days later I saw already movement in the regards of my manifestations. And I saw already, that already changed in my life. People already asked me about this certain manifestation, and it wasn't even there yet, but everything just moved in that direction. So feel that the thing that you desire from your future has already happened. It is done. Right? You already are driving that dream car. Imagine that 2 weeks ago you already are driving it. You already live in that dream house, apartment that you want to live. You just 2 weeks ago you closed the door to it. Or you are already with that partner. You are already healed. You're already perfectly healthy. Reimagine and select another past. That is this alternative way that I wanted to share with you in this video, because I saw again the effects it had on my life. I saw that I healed myself quicker. I manifested things quicker. I was able to shift states quicker and dwell in the end state. So try this out, right? These are all different methods in a way, all different approaches for you to internally be in a new role, be in a new state, which is to manifest it. And if that one resonates with you, that's cool. And maybe it doesn't, and you go with other things that have resonated with you. But it's always about this inner shift, as you know. And please let me know in the comments down below what you think about this alternative way. To place what you desire, what you hope for and wait for in the future. To place that 2 weeks ago, 2 months ago, and assume that feeling, imagine that it already happened. And imagine what it was like when you already experienced that in the past. And now, therefore, it's natural for you to have it in your life. And then, of course, that can lead to quicker manifestations, right? So that's it from my side. If you need any help, if you have any questions, then please leave it in the comments. If you want to check out my 2 links, then the first link that you will find in the video description is my free masterclass. And the second link is if you would like to work with me in my program and apply for a free call to see if we are a good fit. And I speak to you in the next one. Bye, guys.